it's not every week that we get an athlete on who's in competition whilst on the pod. So I want to ask you this: how are you going to win the Six Nations? How are you going to approach it? What are you going to do during, and how are you going to make sure that ends up being your title again?
I think it's a long tournament, so obviously 2 months. I think we're pretty much with the girls. So just making sure that you've got yourself sorted is massive. There's obviously a lot of external factors that can get in the way with that. So making sure that whatever it is, your mindset when you're playing rugby, when you're on rugby, is on rugby, and having that switch off time is also huge. Enjoying each other's company, going for coffee, making sure that you manage to switch off, have that downtime and relax. And then for me, when we're on it, when we're on the pitch, just having so many options to go to. So we are so blessed in England that we have an unbelievable forward pack, which probably drives on the rest of our game. They can carry over people, they can pass through people, they can come out the back when we want it. And then having the devastating backline that we do. I'm not counting myself in any of this, by the way, because we just sit in the middle and we just pass the ball to the people that call for it. But yeah, I think surrounded by the girls that we've got, if the girls are up for it, if they back themselves in everything they do, if they are on it when we're on the pitch, if they enjoy each other's company when we're off the pitch, if it's a happy camp, I think that is everything. So hopefully that will put us in the best stead possible going in.
And as far as the opposition are concerned, who's the greatest threat?
Historically, it's always been France. It's always seemed to come down to that last weekend when England play France, and going away to France is, for me personally, one of the best environments. I absolutely love it, but it is a very hostile environment. It's very loud. The French crowd really get after it. You're booed from the start of the warm-up to the end of the game, alongside the referee as well. So yeah, finishing in France is always a massive occasion, and I know that they've definitely got a point to prove this year. There's been quite a bit in the media already about the crunch, but you just never know. The professional contracts for the other nations have come in. All of them are now professional to a point. I know some are in a much better position than others, but every year the competition gets harder. Every year, every team steps up that little bit more. So I'd say from history, probably France, but you just never know. You have to be on your game, and there's something about putting on the white shirt that everyone seems to raise their game. Everyone hates the English. I can say it because it's true every time we play them, whether it's the Scots, the Welsh, the Irish, even Italy and France hate us the most probably. So yeah, every time you put on the shirt, you have to raise your game that little bit more, because everyone is raising their game, and it's that one game everyone wants to win. So you never know, but if we're talking through history, it'll probably be France.
I guess the one thing that really breeds, though, is a sense of kind of siege mentality, right? That must be quite galvanizing for you girls as a setup, that everyone else is gunning against you.
It is to a point, but so I've been fortunate enough that I've been in GB7's camp and stuff with some of the girls, and with kit swaps and stuff, people genuinely won't wear England kit, not even England shorts if they're in a different nation because they hate us that much. So to a point it's nice, but also I'm this is our history has nothing to do with us. Can you just like us a little bit? Do you know what I mean? But no, it definitely does. It's also exciting because you know that you just can't take a backward step, or you can't be off it for a second because teams will punish you because everyone's so raring to go the whole time. So with my competitive hat on, I absolutely love it, really.
What's your 24 hours before an England match like? What do you do in that sort of lead up to it? And do you have any crazy rituals or anything that you sort of live by in the lead up to a game?
You know what? I've got so much worse with age in terms of being a bit OCD. So my toiletries and stuff when we're away on camp, my bag will have to be super neatly packed. Everything will be in a line, height order, that sort of thing, which if you ask my mum when I was growing up, honestly, it's crazy. But you ask my mum when I was growing up, she was like, where has this even come from? Your room used to be such a mess. But yeah, I think it's kind of a control element maybe, but that's the thing I can control, and being neat and tidy is something that I feel quite settled in. I like to have a clean house. I like everything to be put away in a place. So yeah, when we're on camp, it probably gets a little bit worse because it's not my environment, but that's definitely something I do. And then I'll shower like as close to leaving the hotel as I can, because I like to feel quite fresh and clean. So that's the other thing. So like match day morning, sometimes if we have a late kickoff, I'll end up showering like 3 times before we even play. Yeah, but a bit mental, but love it.
So basically, if we see you girls lining up in height order, that's to do with you.
Yeah. I actually, why have you put that in my head? Because I've never thought about that. And now is all I'm going to be thinking about in the anthem is the fact that we're not in height order. Oh, that's terror.
Oh, make it happen, Mo. Make it happen. That'll be sensational.
No, really good. I think everyone has people that they like standing next to, though. Like, and generally it'll be like mates from terrible people that you've grown up playing the game with. So I'm not sure I'd be able to have that much say on it, which is okay because I also like standing next to certain girls, so it's all right. I'll let that one slide. It is going to be in my head though, literally. If I'm in that Italy game, I'm going to be like, oh, this looks terrible.
We'll all be watching out for it, just to see if your influence does manage to, go under that much power that does in fact end up happening. Mo, it's been lovely to speak to you. I wish you all the luck in the world, and really hope that you can come home victorious.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mo. Lots of love.